Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Preston Endress. Nearly 2 weeks following the June 30th deadline, officials say the Pennsylvania state budget is coming to a vote. On Thursday, July 11th, the voting process began to approve the $47.6 billion budget. Officials say the approved budget will not include any increases to sales tax or the income tax rate, but will draw from the portion of the state's $14 billion in surplus. The budget would also increase spending for public schools, services for adults with intellectual disabilities, and health care for poor Pennsylvanians. 4 volunteer firefighters and a dispatcher were honored with awards for valor on Monday at the Hazel Township Supervisors meeting. The awards for valor were given in recognition of their efforts during an incident on March 2nd when a ladder truck from Hazel Township and a rescue truck from Valley Regional Fire and Rescue collided while responding to a house fire. Officials say 6 firefighters were injured in the crash and that 2 firefighters had to be cut from the wreckage. The ladder truck and rescue truck both sustained heavy damage in the crash, but officials say all 6 firefighters were soon released following a medical evaluation and treatment. A man is wanted by the Carbon County Sheriff's Office. Norman Val is wanted on strangulation and simple assault charges. He is known to have ties to the Reading area. Anyone with information regarding his whereabouts is asked to contact the Carbon County Sheriff's Office at 570-325-2821. Coming up on WYLN News, Rockin' the River returns to Wilkes-Barre. Plus, students in Weatherly visit their local police station. But first we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the WYLN Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
Charlie. I am 8, and the weather forecast for tomorrow will be raining.
We want your child to be our WYLN Weather Kid. Your child can be our feature weather reporter of the day on WYLN News and WYLN social media posts just by using your smartphone or any video recording device. It's easy. All ages are welcome, from toddlers to teens. To find out how, go to the weather section of WYLNTV.com or look for our post about it on the WYLN News Facebook page. Submit your Weather Kid video today.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Tune in and see all the unique places to stay and things to do in the Pocono Mountains. Watch PTN on WYLN.
Attention WYLN viewers, WYLN TV can now be seen on the Hazleton Service Electric Cablevision HD tier, channel 507, and over the air at 35.1. WYLN, we're your local network. Hey, did you know WYLN posts news stories and other bonus content on social media all week long? The Weather Kids, Fresh from the Farm, Everyday Heroes, Let's Talk Sports, Feel Good Friday, daily news stories, and more. Visit WYLNTV.com, Facebook, and YouTube to check it out. WYLN, the local leader on social media. We're your local network. Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve, 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicap accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
Hi everybody. This week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, I'm going to talk all about car accidents and car insurance. How car insurance covers chiropractic care, so stay tuned This time of year with the holidays, everybody's traveling. Tune into the show.
Welcome back to Wyln News. The Rock in the River concert series is kicking off in Wilkes-Barre on Friday. Rock in the River is a free annual concert series organized by Visit Luzerne County. Each concert will take place at the Millennium Center in Wilkes-Barre from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. The series will kick off on Friday, July 12th with The Unforgettable Fire, a tribute to U2 with the opening act The Tribe. The series will continue on July 19th with an evening with the Eagles and the opening act The Traveling Wilkes-Barrians. The series will conclude on Friday, July 26th with Laney Gardner and the opening act The Broke Pines. Each evening, the gates will open at 5 p.m. The concerts are free and open to all ages. Some young visitors toured the Weatherly Police Station on Wednesday to learn more about the local police. The field trip was part of the Weatherly Area School District summer program. During their visit, police say the students had their fingerprints taken, posed for mugshots, and asked a lot of good questions. The students also learned about the day-to-day responsibilities of the police officers and all the tools and equipment they use on a daily basis. The Pennsylvania Theater of Performing Arts is bringing Stephen Sondheim's popular musical Into the Woods to stage once again this weekend. The story of Into the Woods follows a baker and his wife who learn they cannot have a child due to a witch's curse. As they venture out to break the curse, the couple meets several classic fairy tale characters, such as Cinderella, Jack the Giant Killer, and Little Red Riding Hood. The show will be performed at 212 West Broad Street in Hazleton from July 12th through July 14th. The Friday and Saturday evening shows will begin at 7 p.m., and the Sunday matinee will begin at 3 p.m. Reserved seating is available at ptpashows.org. Tickets can also be purchased at the PTPA box office beginning 1 hour before each performance. Coming up on Nanticoke's News Choice, Chris Fulm releases Down the Path Through History with Catawissa Part 2. And stay right here on WYLN. We'll be right back.
Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy is now open at 743 Catawissa Road in Tamaqua. Stop by the dairy bar, try over 33 flavors of homemade ice cream still made on the premises, and a full menu of hot food made to order. Have some fun at their driving range, or play mini golf on their 2 18-hole mini golf courses. Heisler's Cloverleaf Dairy, celebrating 65 years. Same great taste, same great location, same great memories to be made.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call SJ Kowalski at 570-455-2600. Like and follow WYLN News on Facebook for the WYLN News Midday Update, posted daily between noon and 2 p.m., powered by Lehigh Valley Health Network. When it's serious, there's only one health network with seriously innovative health institutes. Lehigh Valley Health Network, your health deserves a partner.
Are you looking for a trustworthy publishing company to publish your book? One that understands the process and upholds Christian values in its business practices?
Introducing Covenant Books, an author-friendly publisher who shares your beliefs and wants to publish your story. Call us today to get a free author packet to help get you started.
We realize your book is unique, personal, and written with a higher purpose. That's the content we're looking for.
We provide authors freedom and flexibility throughout the publishing process with professional book editing, award-winning design, and some of the highest royalty structures in the industry.
Covenant distributes and sells your book online and in bookstores everywhere. We convert your book in ebook format and sell it on Amazon, Apple iTunes, and to these distributors. Our authors love us.
So if you've written a biography, a devotional, a memoir, self-help, or any genre, we can help. Be like these authors and get your book published and sold today.
Call right now for your free writer's guide.
1-800-215-3680.
Do you like craft beer? Do you want to learn the right way to sample wine? How about checking out a restaurant with a unique flavor or a crazy food challenge? These are just some of the things we are featuring on Wine, Hops, and Road Stops. So, spend some time learning about great wine, great beer, and great food on WYLN TV 35. WYLN News is brought to you by Lehigh Valley Hospital Hazleton. Your health deserves a partner. A Path Through History is sponsored by the Old Jail Museum, 128 West Broad Street in Jim Thorpe. Call 570-325-5259 or visit them online at theoldjailmuseum.com.
By the 1830s, a former Catawissa resident was making a stir north of the U.S. border. Samuel Lount had been born in Catawissa in 1791. By 1811, he had immigrated to Holland Landing in Ontario, then known as Upper Canada, where he worked as a blacksmith. Times were tense in Ontario during the first decades of the 19th century, as many working-class residents were increasingly frustrated at the small circle of elites known as the Family Compact that controlled almost every facet of the government of Upper Canada. Numerous American immigrants to the area infused the opposition with a spirit of republicanism that increased the pressure for change. Samuel Lount himself was inspired to run for office after the expulsion of reformist Representative William Lyon Mackenzie from the Canadian Provincial Assembly. Lount was elected to this body in 1834 as a member of the Upper Canada Central Political Union. He would be defeated for re-election in 1836, but believed the vote had been fraudulent. By 1837, things had reached a head in Ontario, as Mackenzie organized a constitutional convention for reformists. Lount was elected as a delegate to the convention and organized the men there in preparation for rebellion. Inspired by an uprising in Quebec around the same time, the rebels planned to march on Toronto on December 7, 1837 and take control of the government. Lount and the rebel forces, under the overall command of Anthony Van Egmond, organized Montgomery's Tavern in Eglinton to prepare for the march to Toronto. But government troops arrived before they could depart, and in a fierce battle they drove the rebels from the field. Following the insurgents' defeat at the Battle of Montgomery's Tavern, the Upper Canada Rebellion largely collapsed. Samuel Lount tried to flee back to the United States in the aftermath of the battle, but was captured before he could cross the border. He was convicted of treason, and despite 35,000 Ontarians signing a petition asking for clemency for him, Lount was hanged in Toronto on April 12, 1838. Today, his name lives on in the form of several streets and lakes throughout Ontario that have been named in his honor. Back in America, covered bridges started rising across the country in the first half of the 19th century. There are many theories over why this design proved popular, one of them being that they provide comfort to horses that might be skittish at crossing water, making them think they were instead entering a barn. In the Catawissa area, the Hollingshead Covered Bridge would rise over Catawissa Creek on Old Reading Road just north of the borough in 1851. Built by Peter Ent at a cost of $1,180 and named in honor of Henry Hollingshead, who owned a mill nearby, the Burr Truss-style bridge stretched 116 feet across the creek. It remains open to vehicular traffic today, one of just over 200 covered bridges still standing in present-day Pennsylvania. The Hollingshead Covered Bridge was added to the National Registry of Historic Places in 1979. Catawissa in the 1840s had more people than the eventual Columbia County seat Bloomsburg. The coming of the railroads to Catawissa in the years to come would prove a harbinger of the good times for the community. The town had missed out on the sweeping canal boom in America over the previous decades when the North Branch Canal had been constructed on the opposite side of the Susquehanna, despite a push by local businessman Christian Brobst to have a second canal built all the way to Philadelphia. Eventually, Brobst abandoned the canal plan and pushed for a railroad to reach Catawissa instead. Plans were drawn up to do so, although funding issues delayed implementation for some years afterwards. Finally, in 1849, the Catawissa-Williamsport and Erie Railroad, later shortened to merely the Catawissa Railroad in 1860 after bankruptcy reorganizing, began construction toward Catawissa. The first engine, the Massachusetts, rolled into town on July 16, 1854, with engineer John Johnson at the throttle. The train made its first regularly scheduled run to Port Clinton the following day. The line would be extended to Milton and then to Williamsport as the years progressed. The Catawissa Railroad would be leased to the Philadelphia and Reading Railroad in 1872, and then bought out completely by the Reading in 1923. Other railroads also soon reached Catawissa in the ensuing years. The Lackawanna and Bloomsburg Railroad, reached the town in 1857 and later part of the Delaware, Lackawanna and Westerns line. The Danville, Hazleton, Wilkes-Barre Railroad, later renamed to the Sunbury, Hazleton, Wilkes-Barre Railroad, which operated from 1870 to 1947, and the North and West Branch Railroad, opened for traffic in 1882 and bought out by the Pennsylvania Railroad in 1886. Catawissa became a major rail hub with so many lines running through, offering plenty of employment to locals, especially in the machine shops that opened in 1864. Today, Catawissa's railroading heritage lives on in a caboose motel on the south side of the borough. In June 1852, Catawissa residents and sisters-in-law Sarah Ann Thomas Boone and Asenath Thomas died young in their 20s, both from the complications of childbirth. Their lives have been ordinary enough from most perspectives, but both women were ultimately buried under iron coverings, making their final resting places hooded graves, also known as mort safes in England, where they are more common. It is not known why this was done for Boone and Thomas, although some theories include that it may have been simply for decorative purposes, or to keep away grave robbers, who all too often at this time in history would steal corpses from graves and sell them for research. Whatever the reason, both women rest today underneath what might be the only two hooded graves in the United States, in the fittingly named Hooded Grave Cemetery. Among the Catawissa's living, the town continued to expand as the decades progressed. Clark Harder opened a planing mill in 1865 that became one of the town's biggest employers. The Catawissa Opera House opened in 1869. Despite the name, it never actually hosted operas, although it was used for other forms of entertainment over the years. The building still stands in downtown Catawissa at 4th and Main Streets. The Catawissa Water Company would be formed in 1882. The Catawissa Public School, the first of its kind in Columbia County, also opened that year. It would house both the town high school and its elementary school up till 1962, when the high school would be merged into the Southern Columbia School District. The building remained the elementary school's home thereafter until 1976. Apartment buildings now stand on the site. In 1878 marked the founding of the Catawissa Military Band, which remains a community staple today, playing several live concerts a year.
Benton Rodeo presents the 39th Frontier Days Championship Rodeo and Bolorama in Benton. Cowboys and cowgirls from all over the East will compete. The excitement builds beginning July 16th and 17th with the horse show and barrel race, with the main event starting Thursday, July 18th, running every day through the weekend, and the grand finale, Bolorama, Sunday, July 21st. All shows begin at 7:30. Vendors, crafts, and food begin at 5. More details at bentonrodeo.com.
Your guide to everything Pocono Mountains is PTN, the Pocono Television Network. Watch PTN on WYLN.
WYLN TV 35 is expanding and is on the hunt for a dynamic salesperson to join our vibrant team. If you've got the passion and the drive, we want to hear from you. Send your resume to the email displayed on your screen. Don't miss this great opportunity.
Come shoot at Whitetail Preserve 118 Boulevard Road in Bloomsburg. Their skeet, trap, and sporting clay fields are professionally designed, and all stations are handicapped accessible. Whitetail Preserve has resident shooting instructors certified by the NRA in shotgun, rifle, pistol, home safety, and personal protection in the home. Whitetail can also cater any size event, whether it be a private party, corporate event, or wedding. Call 570-384-2314 or 570-790-8969.
PPW Nation, get ready for the best of PPW Season 2. Join Paul Bowe, E. Julius Kuiper, Alexander Bravado, Tom Mitchell, and Alex Watt as we take you down memory lane and relive some of the best PPW matches of all time. Saturdays at 5 p.m., Sundays at 10 p.m., only on WYLN.
WYLN programming is online all the time. Visit our website at WYLNTV.com to check out archive shows and a live stream of our broadcasts. And don't forget to visit all of our social media pages for breaking news, weather, and sports. You can also head directly to our YouTube page for all our programming at youtube.com/WYLNTV35. subscribe, and ring that bell so you get notified every time there's a new show available online.
You're watching WYLN TV 35.